Hey guys, how are you doing? I hope you're doing well. Don't mind the chickens in the background. I really wanted to do this vlog outside because it's another beautiful sunny day, which we didn't have yesterday, by the way. It was like pouring rain, and then today it's beautiful. Oh, Seattle, how I love you. Anyways, so it's been a couple days, just a couple. I've had all my performances for my show. It went really amazing. It was fantastic. Really kind of fast. Like, for all the months of preparation that we had for that show, I felt like it ended fast. We only had 4 shows after working on it since basically like the end and beginning. What was it, end of October? That was the first time was that when we auditioned? I can't even remember. That's how long ago it was. I remember one of our first or was it one of our early trainings that we had to go to was November 30th, I believe, and that was before the rehearsal process really even started. But yeah, it went really fast, and you know, there's always those moments after shows when it ends like, what am I gonna do now? You know, it's kind of like, it's a really awkward post-show feeling sometimes, but I have a lot to do, trust me. I have a lot of homework. I can see Justin more often, which I'm super excited. Speaking of, I am officially signed up for Team Challenge. I am so excited. I've been kind of working on my personal page that explains why I'm there and why I'm raising money. My goal is to raise $3,200 for Crohn's disease and colitis, and that also is to contribute to going to the half marathon in California this summer. So it's going to be a really interesting adventure and a really fun ride and crazy fun adventure, and I can't wait, but I'm also nervous about it because I gotta raise all the money, and I know that I'll figure it out though. I know Justin and I will figure it out. We have an amazing team behind us. We're like the Seattle team. We have like counselors and people who are helping us like figure out how fundraising, and so I'm very, very thankful for that, because otherwise I'd be kind of lost if we didn't have a team behind us. But I'm really excited because I've just been thinking about it a lot lately, and there's just like, I couldn't even begin to explain to you exactly what Crohn's disease and colitis can really do to someone, or like how much it can really affect them. And so this is going to be part of my process of enlightening people, not enlightening, but like letting them know that this is what this is, and we need to find a cure for it. It can be really debilitating and really a huge struggle, and when I study it even more in depth, I'm sure I'll have a video where I talk about it. But I am very excited to finally be a part of that. Justin came to my show on Saturday, which was amazing, by the way. My Friday night was an exhausting night for me, but he came Saturday, and I was so glad. I was also really excited that he was there, so I think I had my best energy ever. That, and of course my family, like my mom and my grandparents were there, and my best friend Salika and her boyfriend Riley. So just having all of them in the audience that night, it was just the most energizing feeling ever. And like, we ended up starting the show late because there was like a huge line outside of people trying to get to see the show. It was crazy and kind of overwhelming, but I was like so like ready to start the show that when we started at 15 minutes late, I was like, I want to start the show. I have so many people out there right now, and I just want to put on a great, fantastic show and really embrace the last night, because last night can be really hard. I mean, emotionally at least. It's a lot of times, depending on the people in the cast, a lot of times people can like really, a cast can really bond. Cast and crew can bond at a level that you can't really explain, and it's kind of amazing feeling a part of like that group in a lot of ways too, and being able to share that energy with your audience is absolutely amazing, especially if you have loved ones in the audience. It's like, oh, it's the best. It's so great. But after the show, which he loved, by the way, and my parents and my mom and my grandparents loved, and Sleek and Riley loved, even though there was a lot going on, and clowns are kind of creepy, so 1 second, I'm getting off this tree. Oh, that was wet. Oh well. But anyways, where was I? Right, it was just great. And he came, Justin came over and spent the night afterwards, which was fantastic. And that's when I signed up for Team Challenge. And I was so excited because, like, it cost about, there's an entry amount of money that you have to put in. It cost $100 to start, but that goes towards, I think it goes probably towards the foundation. It also goes towards, you know, having the people to help us through fundraising and all this stuff. So I think it's pretty amazing. I'm just moving all over the place here. But yeah, and so I signed up that night, and we had a great night. I mean, we had to go to bed. We ended up going to bed like almost 2 though, but because we were talking and eating food and just enjoying each other's company because we hadn't seen each other. I mean, we saw each other a couple, like, you saw the vlog where he came over, but still, lately we hadn't been able to see each other as often because he got a new job, which is always wonderful, and I had my show, so it was just really nice to just be able to spend time with him and talk to him. And he's so sweet. He gave me a nice back massage, and which is very helpful, especially after those shows. Oh my god, I was so sore, and I'm so thankful and appreciative of that. I love you, baby. Thank you so much for everything. And then the morning was great because he had to get up for work, so we were originally gonna get up at like 7, but we didn't really get up till like 8. He slept in the guest bedroom, and because we're at my parents' house, just yeah. It was really sweet. We had some time in the morning that we spent together, even if it was just a little bit of us, like, you know, cuddling. And my cat Skylar, oh my god, this is hilarious. My kitty Skylar had to join us, and she was just like curled up behind me, and we're just like, good morning, Skylar. We love you too. But yeah, and so we had to get going, I think by like 8:20ish to catch the bus. His shift started at like 9:45, and bus schedules are weird on Sundays and really annoying sometimes, but it worked out really well because even though we had like a 40 to 50 minute layover for our next bus, we went to Factoria, and which is an area that has like a mall and shopping stuff, and spent time there while we waited for the next bus, the 2:40 bus, to come so we could head to work. And so we went and got coffee, we went to QFC, which if you don't live in this area, you actually don't know what QFC is. Or in this, I don't know, is it all of Washington? I think, I don't know, QFC, quality food, it's a grocery store. It's a very well-known grocery store around this area. And most people who watch this, I think, are from here, because a lot of them are my friends, too. Hi to you guys, too. Thank you for watching the videos. Yeah, so we went and we got some food for the day, and we got donuts, too, for the morning, and hi, Stick. And so, but it was great, and then I went up with him actually to work for a little bit, and then I had to head back home, because I had strike! Yay! Yay, strike! Strike, if you don't know, is when it's related to the show. When the show's over, the entire cast and crew has to come the next day and basically completely take apart, you know, the set, and sometimes repaint the floors so that it could be ready for the next thing, because our floor was all very, very colorful, very, very colorful. And so, and people get assigned to different jobs, and so that was fun. I actually was lucky. I got assigned to costumes and makeup. Not complaining about that at all. That was actually really quite fun, because I just got to help the costume designer go through and sort all the costumes that we used and ones that we didn't, and put them back. And we had a bunch of stuff that we borrowed from the dance studio at our school too, and so we had to go through that, wash them, and bring them back. And so we also spent like an hour or two or so, I don't know, it was a long time, trying to organize the costume closet, because it was a mess. There was stuff everywhere. Everywhere. So yeah, that was fun. But oh, I also got to clean the paintbrushes. Okay, so I have to explain. Let me take this off, it's warm. How liberating that kind of is. But in some ways it was kind of sad too. But since I played a clown, the clowns were the ones that used the paintbrushes. Everyone else had regular stage makeup. We just had clown makeup. And so we have a lot of like grease, what was it? Is it grease-based? It's more of a greasy makeup. It's not really like, you can't just use water and paint it on or whatever, so it's grease-based. I forgot what the term is for it. I'm sorry, I'm failing as a theater person right now. But so the paintbrushes had a lot of this greasy paint in it, and I actually was hoping that I could clean them, because the night before we left, you know, afterwards, like, I almost felt guilty. I was like, I probably should clean the paintbrushes, but didn't really have time. Everyone was waiting in the lobby to see us and to go home, and plus they didn't actually expect us to do it that night anyways, because that's what strike is for. And so the first thing I asked Jocelyn, who was our costume designer when we got split into our groups, is like, could I please clean all the paintbrushes? And she's like, yes, go for it. I'm like, awesome, because I was gonna like offer to do that anyways, even no matter what I was assigned to, just because I wanted to, you know, because it was kind of, I mean, it was all of the clowns, but I still feel like, you know, it was our mess, so one of the clowns should probably clean it up. But so I actually kind of enjoyed that. Cleaning paintbrushes is kind of fun. You basically just put soap on your hands and you take the brush and circle it around like over and over and over and over again until the paint comes out, and you rinse it out. And you have to do it a few times, obviously, but especially with black paint. That was fun. But so we had strike, and I got back home. Oh, the power went out for a little bit last night because like I said, it was raining, pouring rain yesterday, so the power went out for a little bit, which is not really a big deal. It's actually kind of exciting in some ways, because it's like it sucks if it's for too long, but if it's for a little bit, it's kind of like having to do stuff by candlelight or little lanterns or whatever is kind of fun. It makes you feel kind of like the older days, and you're just like, before electricity. Back in my day, no, I'm kidding. That was way far before. But no, it was really great. I mean, well, considering. I was working on my character analysis. We have these 9 questions, Uta Hage's 9 questions. Anyone who's a theater person might know what that is. They're these basically 9 questions, obviously, about your character, like who you are, where you're from, what you're doing now, like what your objectives are, how you're going to achieve those objectives, and it just gets you really thinking in depth about your character, which I've kind of already done. So writing those things are actually quite enjoyable for me, because you have this character that you basically could just make up this entire story behind and relate it to your story, or relate it to the show. And it's kind of amazing. Like, you can do whatever you want with that as long as it applies to you and your character and what you're basing your character on. Mine was my character was Sunny the Happy Clown, and, you know, / carnival worker, because we're all carnival workers. And so I just had this wonderful backstory about about going to carnivals with my family when I was younger, with my brother, which I actually never really did. I didn't actually go to carnivals that often. We did have a traveling carnival that used to come down to this huge parking lot down there that has now been remodeled, and there's been more stores put in it now. But for a long time it was like a really open blank parking lot in some places. And it wasn't bought because there was we have a creek really close by, and there was a lot of creek running underneath the cement in the parking lot, so they couldn't really build much with it. So it was probably about blank for at least 10 years. But then we had this carnival that would come through, and they'd set up over there. And for a couple years it was really fun, but it kind of started dying down a little bit, because it was, you know, I remember me and my friend Samantha, old childhood friend, would go down there, and they had rides and little games that you could play and stuff, and it was fun. I mean, it was definitely small, but it was fun. Didn't really have clowns and stuff like that, which I probably would be more thankful for anyways, but so my character's backstory, I have a name for her. I called her Katrina Sunny Bella Rose, because she's French. or from France, because that's kind of where the area takes place. Well, it's traveling, so it's all over the place, but my character came from France. And so it was really fun to go in depth about like the childhood background of Black person, or my character. And one thing that I thought was kind of fun, which was actually something I kind of included about myself in a way. I never been a fan of clowns, right? I think I talked about this. So playing a clown was kind of creepy for me, but I was like using the experience to get over it, because I mean, clowns really aren't that bad. It's just, it's pretty typical that people find them creepy. They're very, I think like I've talked about before, the uncanny valley, where they just like look almost not human or whatever, or it's very strange. So I never liked them that much. They creep me out. And so I actually included that in my story, but I made up a background story with it. Like, I said, oh yeah, I actually was never a fan of clowns when I was younger. But one day I was at a carnival and I got lost, and it was actually a very nice clown that helped me find my family. Which that's not a true story for me personally. That would be definitely a made up story about my character. And then I was like, and that day I appreciated the show more, and I thought it was really funny, and from that day on I started really enjoying clowning, and I studied it, and then I decided I really started studying when I was 13, and then I joined a small carnival for a little bit, but didn't work out, and then I joined this big carnival that I'm a part of now, but it's like my home, and I've been here for 5 years or whatever. So it was great. It was fun. And so I had to finish that. And since the power went out, I mean, my laptop still worked. Until the battery died. Well, until the battery would die, but the power came on before that. And then my mom and I watched Guardians of the Galaxy, because that movie's awesome and she had never seen it. I saw it in theaters with Justin, and we loved it, especially Rocket Raccoon, for obvious reasons. I love raccoons. You guys seen Jimmy. You've all seen Jimmy. I love raccoons. So Rocket Raccoon makes me very happy inside. But, yeah, and so I have other things I have to finish up for sociology today. I have a Vine project, you know, Vine, that internet thing where we make a 6-minute video. Yeah, it's supposed to be some aspect of, highlighting some aspect of sociology, kind of, so it'll be interesting, I guess. I kind of have an idea for it. I probably should get started on that soon. But I wanted to check in with you guys. Oh my god, this video is like almost 18 minutes long. Well, I love you. Thank you for watching. And there'll be more about Team Challenge and Justin and I and life coming up. I'll see you soon. Bye!